Once in a quiet, unassuming village nestled in the mountains, there lived a man named Aaron. He was a craftsman, skilled at carving intricate wooden sculptures. Yet, despite his talent, Aaron was a pessimist. He always saw the flaws in everything: his work, his life, and his future. Every time someone praised his art, he would quickly point out the imperfections, as if to prove that nothing in life could ever be perfect. One stormy evening, an old traveler arrived at Arun's workshop. The man looked weathered and wise, his clothes ragged, but his eyes sharp and piercing. He spoke with an air of mystery. "I've heard of your talents, young man, but I've also heard of your despair. Your heart is heavy, burdened with thoughts that cloud your future. Perhaps I can help." Aaron scoffed. "Help? I don't need anyone's help. Life is just a series of disappointments, and no matter how hard I try, I'll never be good enough." The old traveler smiled cryptically and handed Aaron a small, polished mirror. It was unlike any mirror he had seen before, with a strange aura around it. "This is the mirror of destiny. It doesn't show your reflection, but instead it reflects your thought. If you use it to look at yourself, it will reveal the truth of your heart." Intrigued, yet skeptical, Aaron took the mirror, but dismissed the traveler's words. "It's just an old trick," he muttered. That night, unable to shake his curiosity, Aaron gazed into the mirror. To his astonishment, the reflection that stared back wasn't his own. It was a broken version of him, disheveled, miserable, and with eyes filled with regret. The image seemed to grow darker, twisted by his negative thoughts. He recoiled in horror, but the reflection spoke. "Your thoughts create the world you live in. Change them, and your reality will change with it," the voice echoed in his mind, making Aaron's heart race. What did it mean? Could it be true? The next day, he set out to test the mirror's claim. He chose to think differently. Instead of focusing on the imperfections of his art, he focused on the joy of creating. Instead of doubting himself, he embraced his potential. Slowly but surely, the world around him seemed to shift. People began noticing his works more, not because they were perfect, but because they radiated passion. His life began to take a new shape, filled with opportunity and happiness. But then, just as things seemed to be falling into place, a shadow from his past appeared, a rival craftsman named Vikram, known for his ruthless ambition and cutting-edge designs. He confronted Arun, sneering, "I see you've changed, but it's not enough. You'll never be the best. You'll always be second to me." Vikram's words struck deep, but Arun didn't falter. He took out the mirror, stared into it, and once again saw the broken reflection. But this time, something was different. The reflection spoke again, but its voice was stronger, clearer. "Do not let the fear of others' opinions rule your heart. You control your destiny. Remember, change your thinking, and you will change your life." With newfound strength, Aaron looked up at Vikram and said, "I don't need to be the best, Vikram. I only need to be true to myself." Vikram laughed, but Aaron turned away, no longer feeling the weight of comparison. He continued to carve with renewed focus and heart, creating works that spoke not of perfection, but of the beauty of imperfection. As time passed, Arun's name spread far and wide, not because he was the best, but because he was authentic. His art became a reflection of his changed heart, a heart full of hope, passion, and self-belief. Years later, Arun passed the mirror of destiny to a young apprentice, telling them the same words the old traveler had told him. "Change your thinking, and your life will change." The apprentice, holding the mirror in awe, asked, "What if I don't believe it will work?" Aaron smiled softly. then you haven't truly begun. The mirror shimmered once again, its mystery untouched by time. And the cycle of change continued, for those willing to look within. Our thoughts shape our reality. If we change the way we perceive ourselves and the world, we can transform our destiny.